As a child of God, when it comes to dealing with people, it's important to not only be protective, but to be selective. Child, let's talk about it. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Having the right people around you can truly change the trajectory of your life. Throughout the Proverbs challenge, I've talked so much about us protecting ourselves from the enemy and the vessels that the enemy uses to ultimately be an enemy to us. But what I don't think I've emphasized enough is how important it is to select the right people. Iron truly does sharpen iron. When you have people around you who are like minded, people who may be in positions that you want to one day occupy, people who have your same vision, who are led by your same God, you will see that not only does that give you confidence in community, but it also helps you to know exactly who God has called you to be. It helps you to grow closer to God because you see that God has sent people to be destiny connectors in your life. There are times in our lives when we need community more than ever, when we need people who can speak life into us, when we need people who can give us insight, when we need vessels that God can use to truly confirm the word that God has spoken to us. The word speaks about when two or three are gathered in the Lord's name, there he will be. And that is just the same when it comes to iron sharpening iron. The Lord is the fire that the iron is placed in, the fire that refines the iron. But the iron can sharpen one another by being in agreement and walking in alignment with the will of God. So never underestimate the power of the right people around you. Yes, it's important to protect your peace and protect your space, and I would never undermine that. But it is also important to select the right people to be in your midst so that you're not having to go through this journey alone. God called us to community. And when you have another believer, when you have another person who you can walk with, not only does it make the journey more enjoyable, but it allows you to know that you are not alone in spirit, in truth, and in flesh. I would say when it comes to the way that we do things in life now, so many of us are on social media. And when it comes to curating your feed and the people who you follow, be a bit more intentional about those who you choose to follow, because that is another method in which iron can be sharpening iron. So the things that you create can be sharpening another, just as there is another who you're following who is sharpening you. And so that's something that I'm so intentional about. As the person who God uses to do many things, I follow a bunch of different people for different reasons. But oftentimes, if I am following that person, it is because it is an iron sharpened iron situation. I am able to learn from that person and gain insight from that person. And I'm always making it my mission to be the same for another. So understand that in that iron sharpens iron equation, you too have to be iron in order to be sharpened by the other iron. Because if not, you will just turn to dust. That's the word.